Professor Zethker's chitinous claws tapped anxiously against his data pad while he observed the shuttle vanish into the noxious green haze of Corvin VII's atmosphere. A group of 13 students from the Galactic Academy's Xenobiology program stepped forward to take part in the research expedition to a planet widely regarded as one of the most inhospitable in the Outer Rim territories. The Vorthak professor attempted to steer them away, yet the temptation of observing apex predators in their natural environment was simply irresistible. The world beneath was a lush chaos. Its forests swarmed with beings that eluded standard categorization. Some belonged to the realm of plants, some to animals, while others navigated the ambiguous space that lay between the two. Corvin 7 had forged its notoriety as a death world through ruthless precision. No journey had ever come back with more than 30% of its members alive. Among the 13 students was Marcus Chen, a human exchange student who had joined the program, standing out as the sole representative of his kind. The remaining 12 students, comprising Zephyrian scholars, crystalline researchers, and hegemony cadets, had first regarded the human with a blend of curiosity and subtle disdain. Ultimately, humans were just recent arrivals in the vast expanse of the galaxy, their planet deemed only hazardous instead of being recognized as a prized death world. The initial week went by without any correspondence, as anticipated. The thick foliage obstructed the majority of scanning devices. By the second week, Professor Zethker had started to roam his laboratory, his multifaceted gaze locked onto the long-range sensors. On the 15th day, a lone shuttle beacon flickered to life. The rescue vessel reached Corvin 7 in a matter of hours, with its crew anticipating the recovery of bodies and perhaps the salvage of research data. Instead, they discovered Marcus Chen lounging comfortably next to the landing zone, resting against what seemed to be a dormant apex predator, a Corvin saber cat, its metallic orange fur shimmering in the otherworldly sunlight. The being measured at least 3 meters in length, equipped with retractable claws capable of cutting through the hull plating of starships. Even more astonishing was the array of items surrounding Marcus. A collection of containers brimming with lively purple fruit, intricate illustrations of plants and animals, alongside what seemed to be a rudimentary dwelling fashioned from elements of the jungle. Captain Velter, an experienced Zephyrian rescue expert, moved forward with care. "Student Chen, where have the others gone?" Marcus lifted his gaze from the act of scratching behind the saber cat's ears, a gesture that ought to have led to swift and brutal consequences. "Oh, hello, Captain. It seems the others couldn't survive beyond the first week. The ecosystem of Corvin 7 is quite harsh if you choose to oppose it rather than collaborate with it." The saber cat elongated its form, its 6 eyes locking onto the rescue team with a deliberate gaze. Several crew members reached for their weapons, yet Marcus raised a hand to signal them to stop. "Simple, she's merely inquisitive. I refer to her as Whiskers. Her presence has been truly delightful. Organization, leader." Velter's voice faltered as it came through his translator. That being could shred through a battle machine. "Only if she sensed danger," Marcus responded, rising and collecting his belongings. "Whiskers here possesses a surprising level of intelligence. The majority of the predators on Corvin 7 are. They only strike when in need of sustenance, defending their domain, or feeling threatened. The key lies in understanding how they convey their messages." In a manner that seemed to illustrate his point, Marcus produced a sequence of soft clicking noises. The saber cat emitted a deep, resonant purr that reverberated through the earth. The rescue team listened in rapt attention as Marcus elaborated on his points. "The fruit I've gathered possesses remarkable nutritional qualities. It has the potential to transform food creation throughout the galaxy. And the shelter design I crafted utilizes the inherent qualities of Corvin vines to construct self-repairing structures," Captain Velter indicated toward the jungle. "But what about the other students? How did they manage?" Marcus's expression became serious. "They arrived at Corvin 7 with an air of dominance, as if claiming victory rather than simply visiting. The Zephyrians endeavored to set up a fortified base camp, an action that the local ecosystem perceived as an incursion. The meticulous students endeavored to document everything with determination, provoking defensive reactions from almost every species they came across. The dominance trainees, he hesitated. They sought to pursue their pastime in the wild. And you endured through the art of friendship. The top hunters? Not forming friendships, but gaining insight. Marcus gently caressed the large head of Whiskers. Humans developed on a world where working together frequently ensured existence. We developed the ability to interpret animal behavior, seeking cooperation over control. The planet has shown us that the mightiest hunters can become the most devoted allies when approached with reverence. The journey back to the orbital station aboard the shuttle felt otherworldly. Whiskers had been somewhat reluctant to step into the spacecraft, yet Marcus's steady assurance appeared to put the creature at ease. She nestled in the cargo bay like a large feline, occasionally casting those disconcerting six-eyed glances at the crew. Professor Zethker was on the brink of collapse upon witnessing his remaining students step out of the shuttle. "Marcus, what transpired with you and the others?" "I learned," Marcus replied simply, gesturing to his saber cat companion. "And I found a companion. Whiskers has consented to take part in our research initiative. Have you not, my dear?" The saber cat emitted a noise that could be interpreted as assent, prompting a flurry of movement from the surrounding scholars as they sought refuge. The news of the tragic event in the Deathworld circulated swiftly among the members of the Galactic Academy. 12 of the galaxy's most brilliant students, hailing from the most advanced civilizations known, met their demise on Corvin 7. Yet the individual, a symbol of a species just a century into exploring the stars, had not only endured but flourished. The fruit that Marcus gathered was found to hold compounds capable of boosting immune systems in various species. His shelter designs found favor among the frontier colonies scattered across the rim. Notably, his investigations into the ecosystem of Corvin 7 resulted in significant advancements in the understanding of communication between different species. Yet, the most profound revelation may have been rooted in philosophy rather than in the realm of science. The galaxy had long believed that intelligence equated to control, that progress necessitated the conquest of unfriendly surroundings. Marcus Chun revealed a unique perspective, suggesting that genuine intelligence could be found in unity rather than domination. As Professor Zethker completed his final report, he observed through the laboratory window as Marcus engaged in a game of fetch with Whiskers in the station's adapted cargo bay. The individual transformed the galaxy's most dreaded hunter into a cheerful ally solely through perseverance, admiration, and a remarkable knack for recognizing the possibility of camaraderie where others perceived mere danger. The conclusion of the report would spark discussions in scholarly communities for many years to come. Perhaps the most extraordinary aspect of humanity is not their endurance in the presence of death worlds, but their ability to turn death worlds into places of belonging. Whiskers leaped onto the tossed ball with a fervor that reverberated through the station's hull, then sprang back to Marcus, radiating the delight of a being that had discovered its calling. Ultimately, it appeared that the jungle had not taken the lives of 12 students. It had merely bided its time for the perfect individual to grasp its dialect.